Good morning. It's just after 8 a.m. on Tuesday, December 17th. I'm Dana Foster, and this is your morning wake up. It's currently -2 in Ashcroft and Cache Creek, and our beautiful set is brought to you by The Hutch. Be sure to stop by The Hutch at the Hub for your Christmas gift shopping. And we have a special co-host here today on the morning wake up, Deborah Arnott. Is it Arnott?
Arnott.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone.
And she's here on our morning show as we wrap up this week, heading into Christmas and then 2020. So are you ready for Christmas?
I think I'm just about there, Dana.
Yeah? You got all your shopping done?
Just a couple of things, but you know what? I think too, when you're working full time, you push hard. So I'm pushing now.
All right, and then we're going into 2020. Are you looking for this year? Forward to this year?
2020 is going to be an incredible year.
I agree. I think everybody's kind of
good
feeling
energy.
That, right?
Yeah, really good energy.
All right. Okay. So on today's show, I'll have your weather and roads, your community events, as well as this day in history. And today, Deborah and I are going to be talking about Christmas, the New Year, community futures, and one of my favorite topics, entrepreneurialism and owning your own business. All right, thank you so much. Let's take a look into your 5-day forecast. Today, mainly cloudy, a 60% chance of flurries this morning, a high of -2. And we have a wind chill of -9 this afternoon. Ooh, you want to bundle up for sure. Tonight, mainly cloudy, a 30% chance of flurries overnight. And then that temperature is going to be steady near -1, and then a wind chill of near -9. For Tuesday, mainly cloudy, a 30% chance of flurries in the morning and a high of +3. And then in the evening, it's going to be cloudy with a low of 0 for that evening. And then cloudy back on Wednesday with a high of +1. And then that evening again, it's going to be cloudy with a 40% chance of flurries. It's kind of cooling down for this week before Christmas, hey?
It really has, Dana, because I need to mention on my way here this morning, because I live north of Cache Creek, it was snowing. So it is snowing, so look out your window, check the roads, because that's not what I expected.
No, I know. I was actually quite surprised. I had to travel into Kamloops yesterday, and I was a little bit, is this a good idea? But our weather, snowy one day, and then
drive slow,
sunny.
Take your time.
Yeah, all right. So for Thursday, a mix of sun and cloud and a high of +1 with periods of snow overnight and a low of 0. Then on Friday, it's going to be a beautiful sunny day with a high of +4. Now that's what I'm talking about, cloudy with a low of 0. And that is your 5-day forecast for our communities in our area. For weather and information, you can go to environmentcanada.ca. All right, we're now going to take a look into your roads. How was your roads driving this morning? You said it was snowy, but was it a little
snowy.
bit slippery?
It was just starting to get a little slippery, so please take your time out there.
Yes, definitely. People drive really fast. I've noticed on that main highway going out to Kamloops. I don't know where you're rushing off to, but
I know.
I don't know.
I know.
I want to know what the big party is where everybody is rushing out to, because I don't notice it. I don't see it.
Well, I think too, I find that the week before Christmas, everybody's in a hurry and everybody's very stressed and not really paying attention to what's going on because there's so much going on in their heads. So, we need to stay focused.
Focused and then slowing down, because this is what we've got for our road report. On Highway 1, slushy with slippery sections between Jackass Summit and Colvin Road, and that's east of Jackass Mountain Summit to Spence's Bridge, so that's going the other way. On Highway 1, watch out for slippery sections between Highway 8 and Junction Highway 8, and that's from Spence's Bridge to east of Cache Creek. And then on Highway 1 in both directions, there is utility work still happening between Colvin and Collins Road, from Cache Creek to Spence's Bridge, and that is running until this Friday. That's December 20th. There is single lane alternating traffic at multiple locations along Highway 1 during those dates stated, so you can expect minor delays, and then please watch out for signage and personnel. Hey, and if you see something on our highways to report, you can always email us at news@hubonlinenetwork.com or give us a call or text at 250-457-3877. I think Gareth has a video for us. right, that's another video from one of our volunteers, Gloria Martins. She sent in that video for us. And if you'd like to share a video of our beautiful area, you have a special video, you can always email us that video at han@ashcrofthub.com. So there you go. Today, as I said, we have Deborah from Community Futures as our co-host. Thanks so much for joining us today and taking an opportunity to share with the community on our show.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me. I really appreciate that opportunity to share all the good work that's happening out there.
Yeah. All right. So can you tell me about the history of Community Futures in Ashcroft?
Community Futures in Ashcroft started in 1988, so we've been around for a long time. And I find it quite interesting that many individuals, depending on where I am in the community, often ask, how long have you guys been around and what do you do? Mm-hmm. That's the biggest questions I have is, what do you do? People have this perception that we're government, and we're not government, we're a nonprofit. We deliver programs for different levels of government, but we are nonprofit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so you're funding from the government, but
yes,
then you organize the
we do proposals, just like many nonprofits. We have contribution agreements, just like many. We've just been very successful because of the work that is being done and the support that small businesses needing in our rural communities. I had thought when I first started it might be a 5 to 7 year program. I've been with Community Future since '92. Yeah. So I've seen a lot of changes. Yes, in Ashcroft. In Ashcroft.
You know, it's so funny. It's a lot of people that I've talked to about that have lived here, and I'm like, how do you like living here? What do you like about it? So I'm always out in the community asking people these questions, and not every single person, a lot of people have said, I moved here in such and such state, and I have not left. So I've been here for 5 months, so I'm like, am I going to be here for the next 40 years? So you never know.
Well, I know, and because it's a culture here.
It's the weather too.
It has so much to offer.
It does. You can travel. You can be over here, zip over there, and it's like a different landscape. It's a different community, and there's so many like little hidden gems. I got to explore a lot this summer. And I found, I've never seen ancient Indian I think it's called typographs or something, topography.
I know what you're trying to say.
There we go. We got to see those. I've never seen them before. Kakulis, there's ancient kakulis out here as well. And just like the waterfalls, and just like there's so many beautiful, I can't say enough
and the
about
people.
It. And the people. The people.
And the people. To me, it's people in a lot of cases, because I look all across Canada. There's beautiful, beautiful places to go. But at the end of the day, you come home and you come to your people.
Yeah.
The safe place. I travel a lot. And I need to tell you, when I get closer to Ashcroft, I think, okay, I'm home again.
Yeah.
And it's just that warm feeling. You feel safe. You feel comfortable. You know many of the individuals in the community. Mind you, there's a lot of new faces, which excites me.
Yeah. And being a new person within the community and being part of this network, I have been shown so much support just from like being out in the community. Oh, hey, you're that person, or hey, I love what you guys are doing. It's like incredible. And for me, I've been in this industry for 15 years. It's a tough industry to be a part of, and I can tell you, like within the months of being here, I have gained so much support and confidence that I believe it's from being within this community. It's in like a healing journey or something like that.
There's a lot of positive energy in this community.
Yeah. So
lots of positive energy. A lot of optimism.
All right. So what does the new year look like for Community Futures?
As I said earlier, 2020 is going to be an incredible year, but that's not to say we're not going to have our many challenges. We're still going through the transition, as many of our businesses know, with the wildfire, then the following year, the floods and landslides. So we're transitioning on. So as Community Futures, we've been working with the business for 2 years, and I'm thinking we're probably going to have another 4 to 5 years to move through the many challenges that businesses are doing. We need to look at what they're working on right now. The landscape's never going to be the same, so how are we going to grow, how are we going to develop, and how are we all going to be successful?
And we're going to talk about that later on in the show. Opportunities, if you're thinking about starting a business in 2020 or relocating to start a business, because somebody could be watching from around the country. So we're going to talk about that later on in the show and the opportunities that you could have to grow here in our community. All right, we are going to take a look into our community events. The NVIT Winter Craft Fair is on December 17th. That's today from 3 to 7 p.m. The college is hosting local vendors for their winter craft sale, and it's a chance for you to catch up on all your Christmas shopping. They also have hot chocolate set up, so if you're interested in going there, that's happening at the NVIT College in Merritt. But be sure to drive slow if you're going out there today. And so if you're looking for some holiday cheer this week, well, you can go to the Jingle and Mingle at Unity, and that's happening today and tomorrow. And then also there is an acoustic jam night at Unity on the 19th. Have you checked out any of the concerts or events at Unity?
You know what? Unfortunately, I'm on the road a lot, so I miss many opportunities. But with Nadine right across the street from our office, we're always getting updates, and I hear a lot of positive feedback. She does a great job.
She does. I've been able to be part of this. I've been able to go to a few different events and meet the artists that are coming through town, and that's also on the Community Connection, by the way, too. So
and also with Nadine's network. I mean, her past experience has provided us an opportunity in Ashcroft to bring all of these different performers. Like, it's incredible. So good for Nadine.
Yeah, the classical singers that came in, the classical pianist and the soprano singer, I had to interview them. They were out of Winnipeg, and they came in, and they're just such sweet girls, beautiful, beautiful performance. But those are the kind of events that get people talking too. They're like, we wanted this, and you can see when you're at the events is that people that are in the community get so excited to go and chat with them and see them, and you can tell the artists are happy and excited about it too. And I've heard a lot of positive feedback from the artists that come through our town too. So.
And what I find too with events like that, it brings the community together. I mean, even talking about the dance on Saturday. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's like a reunion. And Kelly's done an amazing job. And so I continue to go every year because our daughter and granddaughter do a lot of dance. And it gives us an opportunity to connect with those that have relocated to Kamloops for whatever reasons. And it's like a homecoming. It's like, oh my goodness, we all get together again and catch up. And it's like another community event that we get to share where we're going and what's going on.
All right. And there's another community event coming up for the holidays. It's the Desert Sounds Holiday Performances, and that begins on the 20th at 10 a.m. at the Desert Sounds Community School. Jim, are you going to be checking that one out?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
And here at the Hub, you can help Santa find his keys and escape the workshop. That's at the Christmas Escape Room. It's open by reservation, and that's until the 20th. You can call 250-453-9177 to book your time, and it's family friendly, and it's only $10 per person or $30 for the whole family, but there is a max of 4 people.
Have you done that one yet, Dana?
I filmed it. I didn't do it.
Did you?
I have a secret.
Okay.
I have a secret. I am a little bit claustrophobic, actually a lot. So I get uncomfortable in like elevators. I will rather walk the stairs than be stuck in an elevator. Yeah, so I'm not so good with the small spaces and like the trapped feeling. So I would probably get anxious and then run out. But I haven't tried it.
Leave the team behind.
But I did get to go through it. It looks like a ton of fun, and it's family friendly. So, but I have not done any escape rooms whatsoever, but I've had friends that have done it, and then it's just like even those escape movies that you watch, maybe that's also adds to my anxiety about small spaces.
Well, our team at Community Futures, we did an escape room, and it's actually more than the thrill of finding what you're looking for, but it also showed us our personalities in the room.
Oh, really?
And how we dealt with stress and how we dealt with trying to figure out what the next step was. So that told me a lot about the team.
Yeah?
It was very interesting.
Oh,
so it's a really good team builder too.
All right, well maybe I'll get the the crew here to do it, and then I'll watch. You go, team. I'm just hiding out here. Okay, so also this seems really interesting. That's happening this weekend. If I had a 4x4, I would totally go out here. But it's the change of the season at the center of the universe, the place of life. The ceremony begins on Saturday, December 21st. That's the winter solstice. They start at noon and convene at the lodge at 11 a.m. So if you want to head up to the center of the universe for a noon start, you can add to the ceremony as well. You can give them a call. I'm not really sure what the whole event, but it sounds awesome. Yeah. The winter solstice at the center of the universe.
I know, now I'm curious.
Right, I don't know what they're doing, but you can help out, apparently, so you can go and join them. I should give them a call and ask what this whole event is all about, but there's a potluck, and then you can also call them at the Vedette Nature Retreat, 778-765-5407. We should try to get them on the show this week and see what they're all about. Maybe we can Skype them in. Hey, Gareth. Yeah, we got it. Right. And then another winter solstice powwow. This is cool because it's the first annual winter solstice powwow, and it's happening from December 21st to December 22nd. This is the first time I've ever heard of it. Clear, first annual, but also I've never been to a powwow during the winter. It's usually it's always the powwow trail is always during the summer. So this is new, this is exciting, and it sounds awesome. The grand entry times start at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. and then on Sunday at 12 p.m. So there you go. Lots of stuff to check out in our communities. And if you have something to share, you can email us at hon@ashcrofthub.ca. So as promised, we said that we're going to talk about business. So what does it take, or having a business here in our community, what does it take, do you think, to be an entrepreneur?
It takes a lot of passion, Dana. Passion. You really, really need to love what you're doing. I tell people all the time, you need to imagine you're going to be working on your business for at least 12 hours a day. So you better love it, because it's more than a job, it's your lifestyle.
Yeah.
So you really, and I find with anything, whether adults, children, if you found your passion, you're very good at it. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You know, I was talking about dance last Saturday, and you can see the passion in the children. They're just like, they're all over it. And I think as we get older, we forget about that passion. We get too pulled in with regulations and all this red tape, and I'm like, wow, let's stop and talk about what do you want to be doing.
Yeah. I get stuck in that for sure. I'm like, this is the way it has to be.
I know. Wait, okay. It's quite interesting because that's how we've been taught.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah.
I find that it's funny because like I've dabbled in the entrepreneurial world. I find for me, I've had a hard time because I'm scattered. So I'm kind of like all over the place. And so that kind of hustling me into that box does help, but also being able to think outside the box. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah. I've worked with many serial entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And they'll meet and we'll talk about this business idea. We'll start working on the business plan because that's critical. Yeah. You really need to have a business plan because otherwise you can be scattered. You invest a lot of your dollars, and I'm like, whoa, stop. Let's put on the brakes here. Let's talk about this. Let's figure out how we're going to do this. But I've got many businesses that they'll start a business, and I find with entrepreneurs, they'll get bored quickly. Yeah. They'll do the business, and once it's got to the stage that they want, it's like, okay, I've got this new idea. And it's like, okay, let's start growing this then, and let's move on.
Yeah, I read this book. It's been life-changing for me, but it says that a lot of entrepreneurs have ADD. I didn't know that, so it helped me investigate into my own, like, wait a minute, and since I started investigating into it, it's helped me so much to have an understanding of where I'm going and what I need to hone in my attention. So it's really actually interesting that you say that, because this book I read, and I can't remember the name, I'll show it to you later, but I'll put it up later too if anybody's interested. But it does actually show how having two people, one who's more administrative, who can help, which is where Community Futures come in, when you're creative and you're sort of scatterbrained and you're over here and over there, you can get honed in. And I've found the best people that I've worked with that have helped me get my business plan on paper have been more the administrative minded type of people. So I think that's a key part of being an entrepreneur.
It's critical.
Yeah,
absolutely critical. Because I can't say enough. I've met with individuals. They've mortgaged their homes. They've sold all kinds of their assets, and then they come to visit us, and I'm like, whoa. This is probably not a good idea. Let's look at your cash flow, because I will tell entrepreneurs all the time, numbers do not lie. If you've done your research, the numbers are the numbers. You can try to make it fit every which way, they'll not change.
That is another thing I learned. So of all the stuff that I failed at, it was always the numbers, and I can't. And I actually went through the Community Futures program with Carmen out in Kamloops before I started this project. But they were always like, numbers, and I was like, but I'm creative and I have a dream. Why aren't you listening to my dream? And they'd be like, you're not making money. This is what you need to do, Dana. And so there were the components that I wasn't really looking at that they said, if you want to do this, you need to be able to make revenue. So thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Community Futures, for waking me up. But do you think a business here, or what type of businesses will do well here in Ashcroft?
I think with Ashcroft, we've got so many opportunities. I spend a lot of time, I work with numerous communities in the region. So many of our communities have a number of opportunities, but what I find in Ashcroft, I find that when businesses start, they get the support of the locals. I can't say that enough. You know, we were talking earlier about our shopping. I really hope that people do shop local, because if you don't shop local, one day you're going to be wanting to purchase something and go to the store, and they're going to be closed. And that's a reality, because we're seeing a lot more internet shopping. And so even when you work with the businesses, I'll go in there and I'll say, you know, this is what I'm looking for. I found it on another site in Kamloops, and they say, not a problem, Jem, I'll bring it in. I was like, great, that saves me. I don't want to go shop in Kamloops. My preference is to support my neighbors.
And I think people, because we're in such a society where we are always on our phones, I think people appreciate human-to-human personal connection. I know for myself, I do like to go shopping and being able to try on my clothes. I like to be able to look at what I'm buying rather than ordering something online that's not going to be exactly what I wanted.
Well, exactly. And looking at the big picture with our small businesses, they're the ones that are supporting our many small events. You know, it's a rotation, I got to tell you, it's a rotation through the door. Many of our small nonprofits that are supporting children, of course our small businesses want to support and ensure that, because they're the leaders of the future, they want to ensure that they're going to be successful. But we also need to recognize we need to support them. So that means when I'm seeing organizations doing an event, I certainly hope you're shopping locally. And not driving out of the community and then bringing it in and then wondering why, that's not working so well. No, it doesn't.
There you go.
Yeah, so take some time and support your local business. Yeah, can't
Orders
say that enough.
from Deborah. There you go. All right, we're going to take a look into our This Day in History on December 17th, 1971. Diamonds Are Forever has its world premiere in New York. The movie in the James Bond series was co-produced by Canadian Harry Saltzman. Harry Saltzman was born in Sherbrooke, Quebec in 1915, Quebec, sorry. And he was raised in New Brunswick for the first 7 years of his life. And Saltzman also lived in France and the United States. In the early 1960s, he enjoyed reading the James Bond novel Goldfinger and sought the film rights for the character in 1962. Saltzman co-founded, I think it's Danjaq SA with Albert R. Broccoli to hold the copyright and trademarks of James Bond on screen. And so there you go. Oh, Danjaq combines his wife's name, Jacqueline, with that of Broccoli's wife, Dana. Not me. But there you go. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Morning Wake Up. I'm Dana Foster, and thank you for joining us here on the Morning Wake Up. Do you have any plans for Christmas?
Absolutely. We're going to have the family come, which of course, is my highlight.
Yeah.
You know, we often read in Facebooks, you know, that as we get older, we're looking more to be around family and friends. I can't say that enough. I'm apparently getting older, but you know, I think as younger, we look at this time of year differently. As we get older, we find we got a little bit more time, and it's more about spending those special time and those memories. And that's my goal this next week, is just with family, friends, catching up.
And I get a check mark because I did shop local for my Christmas gifts. My dad and my dad, did I get Mom's? No, I did not get my mom's present, but I got it in Kamloops, and it's, well, I guess I can't say. Wait, not that my mom's always watching my show, but.
Oh, I'm sure she is.
But I did shop local, so check marks for me.
Good for you, good for you.
All right, thank you so much. And so you've already said what your favorite thing is about Christmas, but do you have any goals or dreams for 2020 that you want to share with us?
You know, it's something that I've been thinking about for a while, is I think I'm going to start reaching out to the many different organizations. We were just talking earlier about the Aboriginal Conference, and I find that I've pushed myself out of the box that I find that in the business that we're in, we kind of work with those that we know, and I'm kind of reaching out there and reaching out my network, because there's some incredible individuals, and I like to surround myself with people that are smarter than me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to reach out there and pull them around me.
That's smart, right? They say that is that you should be your what is it, like, you should be hanging out with people that you can learn from.
Absolutely.
So I think that's going to be kind of my goal too. I want to be able to grow. I think that 2020 is to kind of let everything go and start growing into a new direction that I've been always kind of fearful of.
And then once again, Dana, it's about people. It's relationships, surrounding yourself by positive energy, those that can share their wisdom. I mean, I can never get enough of that.
There you go. Thank you so much for being a special co-host here on the Morning Wake Up. We have another special co-host coming in tomorrow. Marina Papayas is going to join me on the Morning Wake Up as our special co-host. And we also have Deborah Tuvey, hasn't confirmed yet, but I'm pretty sure she'll be coming in, as well as our local reporter, Raven. She's going to, I can't remember her last name, but she's going to come and join me as well this week. So we have a special co-host of all women this week.
Yeah, it seems to be, doesn't it?
We'll have to get Gareth on camera as well. But yeah, so that's happening all this week. Stay tuned. And that's it. That's our show.
Well, thank you, and Merry Christmas, everyone.
All right. Thank you so much for being here today. And thank you so much for watching. And as always, if you could show your support to our channel as we are growing, it's greatly appreciated. You can go to our YouTube channel and like and subscribe. And if you're interested in learning more about what we are doing here at the Hub Online Network, you can always email us at hon@ashcrofthub.com, or come down and talk to Jessica, Gareth, or myself about what we're doing here, because we're always looking for people with a keen interest in film or broadcasting, whether it's in front of the camera or behind. So be sure to give us or reach out to us if you're interested in learning. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to focus on the good.